Hey everyone, it's me, Magnificent Entertainer, and, well, I've got a little bit of explaining to do. So, as you'll recall from the previous episode, we defeated Galactic Commander Mars in the most embarrassing way ever. But then we ended things off in the Floroma Meadow, and yet here I am on Route 205 with a yellow tree wiggling behind me. Well, those of you who watched the previous episodes will know I went out of my way to pick up a couple of net balls in Oreburgh City, and I've been hinting that I wanted to catch a third teammate in the near future. So, without further ado, let's go meet that teammate, shall we? And yes, it's Heracross! Heracross has been one of my favorite bug-type Pokemon since its introduction in Generation 2. But I've never actually used it in a Platinum Let's Play before, or in a Platinum run-through before, because of how difficult it is to catch in this particular game. The only way that you can find Heracross in this game is to use these honey trees like I was doing. And Heracross is the second rarest Pokemon that you can find with these honey trees. Now, how the honey trees work is that you slather the tree with honey, and 6 hours later, and that's 6 hours, oh god, Aerial Ace, that's gonna hurt. Oh, bye Badoo. That was not good for Badoo's happiness, but, well, let's get Prinplup in there. I bet you that thing, well, actually it was super effective, but it might have guts, which means that paralysis was potentially a bad thing, but let's not give up hope yet. Anyway, Heracross, one of my favorite bug types, and as I was saying, the way it works is you slather honey on the tree bark, and 6 hours later a Pokemon will appear. Now, the species of Pokemon that you encounter is selected when you slather the bark with honey. However, things like gender, nature, ability, and even shininess are not locked, so you can actually soft reset to get a Pokemon with the right combination of nature, ability, and gender, and you can soft reset and try to find a shiny, but that's painful. Alright, let's actually try to catch this thing before it wipes out both of my teammates. Yeah, so you can soft reset as much as you want for that, but do keep in mind that these Pokemon are only around for 24 hours. And yeah, we caught Heracross! Welcome to the team, buddy. Heracross. It loves sweet honey. To keep all the honey to itself, it hurls rivals away with its prized horn. And we actually caught this. It's level 14. That's the second highest level you can catch it at. You can catch it anywhere between levels 5 and 15. Now, much like my other two Pokemon, I will let you all suggest nicknames for my Heracross. If you wish to do so, there will be a Twitter post that gives you a link to this episode. On that Twitter post from the official Bulbagarden Twitter channel, please comment nicknames for my Heracross, and I will look through those, and I will choose one. The name rater is actually not all that far off, so, yeah, we'll get to nickname all three of my Pokemon pretty soon. And we're not going to slather the bark with honey, because we're done here. Alright, let's take a look at our new friend. Sorry, Badoo. Those of you who are paying attention to any of my previous videos will notice that I've actually caught a couple of Combees. Combee is actually a very useful Pokemon to pick up if you're doing some honey searching like I am, or trying to find a specific Pokemon with honey, especially one of the rare ones like Heracross, because it actually has the ability called Honey Gather, which allows you to have a certain % chance of finding honey, depending on the level, a certain % chance of finding honey after a battle, and that's useful. Instead of potentially spending lots and lots of money on honey, you can use the Combee to at least save yourself a little bit of expense. Alright, let's take a look at our new Heracross. Level 14, which, like I said, is very high. It's got a relaxed nature, so that's decreased speed, increased defense, which is not great, but okay, makes Heracross a little bit bulkier. And it does have the ability Guts like I suspected, and that is the ability that I was looking for. So we're actually, yeah, we're in great shape. It's a high-level Heracross. This thing is going to be a good powerhouse for my team. Of course, now I've actually got to go back to the Pokemon Center to heal this thing. It actually didn't take me quite as long to... Oh, and I suppose one more thing now that we're passing those plants over there that I should point out. I actually did a bit of berry farming while I was hunting for this Heracross. It didn't take me all that long. I recorded episode 7 on a Saturday night. It's the following Monday night. So really, it especially when you consider that it's only every 6 hours that you can find this Pokemon. It didn't take me all that long at all to find. Anyway, we're going to go heal up real quick, and then I think we can test drive our new teammate. But yeah, I've been excited to get a Heracross. I had no idea how long it was going to take me to find this thing, but very, very glad that I gave it a shot, because, like I said, Heracross is one of my favorite Bug-type Pokemon, and it's going to be actually very useful, especially with that Guts ability. It's going to be very useful against the next gym leader. Oh, let's actually switch it out. Well, actually, before I forget, I should have deposited those Combi while I had the chance. Let me do that, because those guys are not permanent team members. And actually, while we're going to be in the box, I can show you a couple of other things. So I'll deposit Combi, and I'll deposit the other Combi. But let's actually take a look now in the box, and you'll see I actually caught myself some of the other Pokemon you can catch from the honey trees, obvious exception being Munchlax, which, good luck with that. I mean, Heracross is the second rarest Pokemon that you'll find from the honey trees. It's got, I believe, a 1% chance of being found on most trees and a slightly higher percent chance of being found on 4 other trees in the game. Those are the Munchlax trees, and the bad news is you will not be finding Munchlax in this game unless you are extremely lucky. Anyway, let's take our new Pokemon for a test drive, shall we? What do you got? Hey, how about you and me battle before I go into the Eterna Forest? So, you're heading to Eterna Forest and you're not just going to sit here all day. Camper Jacob wants to fight. Oh, he's got a Ponyta. That's not a phenomenal first battle for you, Heracross, but what the heck, let's give it a shot. And he's using Ember. That did a lot of damage. Did not burn. Burn would have activated Guts. That was a critical. But, you know what, I'm just going to switch over to Prinplup. Let's not take chances. Not a phenomenal debut battle there, Heracross, but that's probably my fault. Alright, let's use Bubble. And Ponyta uses Tackle. Ponyta is a pretty fast Pokemon, so, of course it outspeeds my Prinplup. And my Heracross with its minus speed nature probably didn't do it any favors. Alright, Prinplup grows to level 18. And we defeated Camper Jacob. That really dampened your spirits, eh? Well, you really dampened my spirits in using my Heracross for the first time. Do I have a potion? I think I should. Yeah, here we go. I've got a potion. We'll feed that to Heracross. And it's all good. We can keep going forward. Actually, while I'm in my bag, let me activate a repel. Nope. No need to run into any of the wild Pokemon around here. Alright, and this Hiker should be... Well, actually, Heracross doesn't know any fighting-type moves yet, but we'll see how this one goes. Heracross is not weak to rock types because of its fighting subtype. It does take neutral damage. Unfortunately, it really doesn't have much of anything that it can use against this Geodude. Horn Attack is probably going to do the most, but actually we're going to switch out for Badoo. Sorry, Heracross, you're really not having a lot of opportunity to shine here. Oh well. Badoo still could use a little bit of training. I'm hoping that it will evolve relatively soon, but, well, it's fainted a few times, and I wasn't walking around nearly as much as I was planning on, or I thought I was going to, because, like I said, finding Heracross did not take me nearly as long as I thought. And if I had known it was going to be this easy to find a Heracross, I probably would have used one before. But that's perfectly fine. We'll knock out this other Geodude, and he's probably going to have an Onix or some other rock and ground type. I was hoping he'd have a fighting type so we could knock it out with Aerial Ace, but it wasn't to be. Yeah, here comes a third Geodude. I thought he had an Onix. Maybe that's a later hiker in this route. Yeah, that's a very boring team, especially after we fought Rourke, who had, he did have all rock-type Pokemon just like this guy, but he had at least a little more variety. And here we go, Badoo grows to level 18. Excellent. And we defeated Hiker Daniel, and that was a very refreshing battle. I just wish Heracross could have done more. Alright, what's this? X Special Defense. That's not a phenomenal item, but okay, what are you going to do? Now here is an opportunity for Heracross to shine. An Aroma Lady. Get a whiff of this! Lady, I don't want to get a whiff of anything. And Roselia. Roselia is a good Pokemon, and of course that is what my Badoo will evolve into at some point, after it has enough happiness. But in the meantime, yeah, we absolutely crushed it. Same level, gained a decent amount of experience, almost grew a level. I don't know if your Pokemon smelled nice. I cannot smell video game. Well, I cannot smell video game characters, I should say. Now, up here, there is a Stardust. And we're going to sneak through here. And this girl over here, don't let her fool you. She is a trainer. She didn't fool me. I just wanted to battle her. And this is Picnicker Sienna. I'm sorry. She has the almighty Bidoof. And again, unfortunately, we don't have any fighting-type moves yet. Heracross will learn Brick Break pretty soon. That's a very powerful move for this early in the game. So, and in the meantime, we do have Aerial Ace for some type coverage. Horn Attack is also pretty powerful, but it's not going to be super effective on anything. Grow to level 15, which is magnificent. And she's also got a Pachirisu. I don't think Pachirisu can have Spark, but it can have Quick Attack. Sorry, not Spark, Static. Spark is the attack, Static is the ability. It can have Spark, and that could potentially paralyze Heracross, which would activate its Guts. One more Horn Attack ought to do it. And you can see that's doing nothing to Heracross. For this early in the game, Heracross has absolutely amazing stats. Actually, in general, Heracross has absolutely amazing stats, but it's really felt now because Heracross is a fully evolved Pokemon. Alright, what do we got here? Is a Heal Ball. Hooray. More importantly, we have some berries. It's a Pecha Berry, or a Pecha Berry. Since the last episode, I haven't even bothered to look up the official pronunciation. And we have an Oran Berry. Again, the nice thing about these is you can immediately plant them, and you can grow more berries. I actually have a lot of Oran berries, and I plan on having even more. Actually, having said that, I should probably start equipping some of these berries to my Pokemon. The Ross Berry I grew some, but burn isn't going to be too big of a deal. I'll probably plant another Cherry Berry. paralysis can be bad, especially paralysis is something that doesn't go away in battle, or after the battle. The repel's effect wore off. Yeah, like I said, I'm actually going to start equipping my Pokemon with some berries. Heracross, I'm going to equip with this berry. I could equip it with a status remover berry, but I actually want it to get inflicted with status conditions. You know what? I'll also equip my other Pokemon with Oran berries too. A little bit of extra HP in a pinch would have been very helpful, at the very least in the battle with Rourke, and potentially even with the battle with Galactic Commander Mars, although she actually got extremely lucky and had a few critical hits, which wasn't much I could do about. Anyway, let's keep foraging forward. What do you have to say for yourself? It's a long way between Floroma and Eterna City, so let's battle! Okay, because of a route length, we should battle. That's gotta be the silliest reason I've ever thought of to battle. Here's an Apom. Apom was another Pokemon you could catch from the Honey Tree. Again, if I had Brick Break, that would be phenomenal, but I don't yet. Soon enough, I suppose. Alright, we'll use Horn Attack one more time, get rid of that Apom. Good night. And we gain more experience. Heracross, I think it actually is going to be slightly more difficult to level up than your other Pokemon because it takes more experience. Makes sense, it is fully evolved. It is a very strong Pokemon. Trainer tips. The items placed in your bag are automatically sorted into the appropriate pockets. It's very convenient. It's a trainer's best friend. Yay. Alright, here's another hiker. Heracross does not have a fighting type move, so we're gonna switch Badoo out to the front. If he's got any fighting type Pokemon, I'll let Heracross have a go, but I'm not confident in that. Alright, what do you have to say? I've lost my way, here of all places. A hiker who's gotten lost. Boy, you must have come in last in hiker school. And Hiker Nicholas has an Onix. This is the trainer I was thinking of that had an Onix. I guess it was unexpected that it was him, but what are you going to do? Alright, Badoo. Mega Drain this thing. And hopefully one-hit KO it. Yes, indeed. That's phenomenal. Excellent work, Badoo. And we've defeated Hiker Nicholas. Having lost his way, the trainer lost the Pokemon battle. Yeah, you lost. So now you're stuck here, and you've got no... your Pokemon has fainted, you're stuck, you have no idea where you are. Boy, you're in trouble, buddy. Alright, we'll put Heracross back in the front. And it's a small patch of grass, let's not. And here comes... Hi-ya! There's no holding anything back. Actually, well, that's pleasant. Battle Girl Kelsey would like to fight, and she's got a Matcha. Well, that's your fighting type. Here's my fighting type. My fighting type probably bugs you a little bit. The nice thing about Heracross, it may have a quad weakness to flying, but it actually does resist fighting, so it's a very good Pokemon to use, especially since it knows Aerial Ace. It's a very good Pokemon to use against its fellow fighting types. It's a very versatile Pokemon, and like I said, it's actually going to be very useful to us going forward. And we grow to level 16. Fantastic. You going to learn Brick Break yet? No, of course not. I concede. I think you're on a different level. I think almost literally, yes. I started at level 15, now I'm at level 16, so that is indeed a different level. And over there we grab a Repel. And we can't go there because of the ledges, but that is something to potentially keep in mind. I'm going to not sneak past you because I like running all over. Oh, I don't know. Should I play a little? Well, you've already had the exclamation mark pop out, so you might as well. Now this Picnicker over here actually has a Piplup, which is nice. You know, it's actually good to see other trainers out there with the starter Pokemon. always find that interesting. And down it goes with a critical hit. Heracross, you are amazing. Oh, boo. How insulting. Yeah, getting taken out in one shot without any chance to attack. That is kind of insulting. Listen very closely. Can you hear the cries of Pokemon? No, I cannot. Anyway, we'll take a look in that house in just a bit, but if you go down here, you can grab a Super Potion, which is a nice, helpful healing item. Down here is a ledge. You'll recall that's where we picked up those berries. We're not going to jump down there. And in this house, you see this guy over here. Repels are useful, don't you think? When you use a repel, weak Pokemon won't come out. But that also means there won't be any Pokemon to capture. That is correct. And this person, you seem to be tired. Rest a while. Absolutely. It's a place to rest up your Pokemon before heading into the Eterna Forest. Which... what do you have to say? Many Poison-type Pokemon make the Eterna Forest their home. But I didn't buy any antidotes. What should I do? Well, do I press on or do I go back? Well, you could be like me. I've got very few antidotes, but I've got plenty of poison-curing berries. Learn from nature. Now keep in mind, these cuttable trees are here. But we can't actually go through there yet. So, let's pop into the Eterna Forest. It's very, very lovely in here. Very good atmosphere. And who is this? Hello, my name's Cheryl, and you are? Okay, so your name is Engie. I'm sincerely glad to meet you. Engie, may I ask a big favor of you? I want to get through this forest, but I'm afraid of doing it alone. I've heard that there's a sinister group of people called Team Galactic about. I think there'd be safety in numbers. Please, may I go through with you? And we decided to go with Cheryl. I'll keep your Pokemon in perfect health. Now this, I love having a human party member. As she says, she does keep your Pokemon in perfect health, and one wonderful thing about this, let's actually go through here. You can pick up an antidote, so that crybaby outside who was saying he didn't have any antidotes, all I would have had to do is find one right here. But anyway, like I was saying, the other nice thing about Cheryl is every single... oh, wow, we found a Dustox. That's actually pretty rare. But every single battle that you have with Cheryl as a human party member is a double battle. And what that means for you in this particular generation is you actually gain all of the experience from the battle. It doesn't go... oh, why did you use Confusion on Chansey? Wow. And of course you use Harden, that's all you know how to do. Let's Aerial Ace that Dustox once more. I could catch it, but I really don't have any need for it. Yeah, so she'll heal your Pokemon after every single battle. Every single battle is a double battle, and you gain all of the experience from it. Now, this is before Generation 5, where if you're in a battle with another trainer, the experience is halved. Or halved, or however you say that word. So yeah, it's actually a very good place for level grinding, especially if you've caught a weaker Pokemon. You know, if you happen to bump into a level 5 shiny Pokemon, and you wanted to catch it, but raising it's going to be a pain. This is the perfect place to do some level grinding. And I actually will be doing that, but I will be doing that off screen. I will fight all of the trainers on screen, but in between this episode and the next episode, I plan on getting all of my Pokemon up to level 20. It's not going to be too far. I mean, Heracross is the lowest level, and it's already level 16, so, you know, I think we're in pretty good shape. Let's see what's over here. Ah, yes, over here there is a mossy rock, and that's helpful for evolving Eevee into Leafeon. We do not have Eevee yet, but that is something to keep in mind for the future. And you can actually talk to Cheryl. It's startling to see two wild Pokemon appearing at the same time. Well, yes, this is the first game that happened in, or the first generation that happened in, I should say, since it happened in Diamond and Pearl 2, but it actually became more commonplace in the sequel games, Black and White, to the point where you as a standalone trainer could actually bump into two wild Pokemon in the tall grass at the same time. Anyway, let's go over here, and we can fight a couple of trainers. What's cool, you might ask? No, I'll tell you anyway. Bug Pokemon. We're just out on a power walk. You know what, guy? I agree with you. Bug Pokemon are cool. They're very underrated. You've got some very good Pokemon that are bug types, and that includes this guy right here. This girl right here, Heracross. And you know what? I'm actually going to focus on the Pachirisu because I think that's the bigger threat. At least between Pachirisu and Wurmple. Plus, if you knock out that Pachirisu, it'll essentially be a 2-on-1. Although, really, Chansey is not great for attacking, for offense. It's got a ton of HP. It's got a bunch of special defense. But it doesn't have a lot of offense. Its only offensive move is actually Egg Bomb. But it does have Soft Boiled, it does have Refresh. So that's very helpful. And one more hit will take out that Pachirisu. It's going to use Spark. Can you paralyze my Heracross before you go? Asking for... Yes! That activates Guts! I'm not cruel to my Pokemon. What are you talking about? Alright, so Guts is activated. We grow to level 17. I think it's level 18 that Heracross learns Brick Break, but can't remember off the top of my head. I'm trying not to look at level up lists and things like that. Aerial Ace is going to be more effective, to try to keep myself surprised. Anyway, one good Aerial Ace should take care of this because I've got the Guts boost. And that's just absolutely great. And like I said, after this battle, we'll get healed right back up. Cheryl will heal you, and yeah, it's perfect. And he's got Silcoon, and we'll take that out too, although it probably will get a Harden in. No, it actually knows Poison Sting. Okay, that makes sense. That did nothing. Wow. I think I barely even saw my HP scroll down a bit. Yeah, one good Aerial Ace. Now, I'm actually kind of worried about his next Pokemon, the Beautifly, because I think that thing knows Gust, and poor Heracross here is quad weak to... Yep. Okay, well, I kind of saw that. Oh, hey, we lived! Wow! Oh, I don't think I actually needed that, but we're paralyzed. And Chansey's paralyzed too. Fantastic. Alright, well, I'm just gonna switch over to Prinplup. Man, that sucks. If we just hadn't been fully paralyzed, that one Aerial Ace would have done it. But yeah, that does mean that Heracross and Badoo share a weakness to flying, but I'm not overly worried about that. Let's try Peck. I know I'm more of a special attacker, but... oh, hey, critical. Wow. Alright, well, that Absorb is going to do nothing, because Absorb is such a weak attack. Well, I guess that did a little bit more than nothing, and Chansey's using Refresh to cure her paralysis. And one more Peck should take care of you. There you go. We're done here. 258, 258. And we've defeated Jack and Brianna. Don't ignore bug Pokemon. I just had a Heracross! I am not ignoring bug Pokemon! Alright, let's keep on going on. Over here you can grab a Paralyze heal. And you can fight some Psychics down here. And you'd think, well, why are you going after a couple of Psychics with a Fighting type? especially since it doesn't have any bug-type moves yet. Well, these psychics over here, they really don't threaten me in the slightest. You can see they both have Abras, and the only move that Abra can learn, the only offensive move that Abras can learn, is Hidden Power. And wouldn't you know it, both of these Abras, their Hidden Power is Fighting type. Now, Hidden Power can be any power between, I think it's 20 and 70? And it can be any type other than normal. Yeah, you can see it's not very effective. But it is super effective on Chansey. Again, Chansey's got a lot of special defense, and Abra's not all that powerful. So I'm not particularly worried. And a good Horn attack will take out that Abra. It's going to get in one more Hidden Power before it goes bye-bye. And yeah, it does pretty much nothing, even though it's super effective. Like, it did about as much damage to Chansey being super effective as it did to me being resisted. Hey, level 18! No, I guess we're not learning Brick Break yet. Yes, you have gone down in defeat. Stuttering psychics. Alright, let's keep going. There is an item over here, a net ball, which makes up for the one we used to catch Heracross, which is kind of nice. And down here, we have a couple of more bug catchers. Here comes the Swarm! Swarm was Heracross's other ability. It boosts bug-type moves when Heracross is down below a third of its HP, kind of like Torrent does for Prinplup's water-type moves. That's a useful ability, but it only boosts some of Heracross's attacks, whereas Guts is just universal boost to Heracross's attack stat in general. Okay, with this Sandy Cloak Burmy over here, back in the second episode, I was inaccurate. Burmy is always a bug type. It's only after it evolves as a female that it gains the subtype of the cloak that it was wearing. So, you know, I did not have to worry about hitting that Burmy with Bubble at all, but you know, I was just being overly cautious. And yeah, now we've seen the Plant Cloak, Sandy Cloak, or Grassy Cloak, Sandy Cloak, and this is the Trashy Cloak, or Trash Cloak. Whatever. It's 3 different forms of Burmy. His Burmy are male anyway, so they're never going to actually get use out of those. Because they'll evolve into Mothim and not Wormadam. Can you poison my Heracross, please? I'm a good trainer. I'm nice to my Pokemon, I swear. Yeah, Aerial Ace. There are actually items you can get at some point. I think it's not until much later in this particular game. But there are items you can get that'll activate Guts. The Flame Orb will burn your Pokemon. The Toxic Orb will badly poison your Pokemon. And again, it's normally not a phenomenal strategy to do this, but if you do have an ability like Guts, that actually is incredibly helpful to you. Other strategies for using those types of items would be tricking them or switching items with your opponent and potentially crippling a physical attacker, because unless you've got an ability like Guts, Burn will actually have your attack stat. So it's kind of nice to sometimes... Oh, we almost got it. But that Egg Bomb should take it out. But yeah, if you've got a physical attacker that you're facing down, crippling it with Flame Orb is actually very good. And we defeated the 2 bug catchers. Well, okay then. And yeah, you thought it was a rare Pokemon, but it just turned out to be a trainer. That's 2 trainers. I have a party member. And yes, there is a Pokemon ability named Swarm. Oh, I thought my Repel had already worn off for some reason. And I keep hitting the Y button instead of the X button because I are totally smart. Right, let's use another Repel. And the item over here is a potion. That's useful, although not right now, because Cheryl is constantly healing my Pokemon. There are a couple of other Psychics over there, but you can technically avoid them. Where's this? That's over there. Yes, okay. Oh, well, that Repel seemed to wear off a lot faster than the other one. And, of course, I run into wild Pokemon after one step. That was my fault. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just gonna run away. Not gonna make you sit through these battles. Alright, let's use our second to last Repel. We should be able to get through here with the remaining Repels, unless I start running around like an idiot again. Which it looks exactly like I'm doing anyway. Let's go fight these Psychics. A strange presence has been felt. It is emanating from you. Well, I am slightly maniacal, so I can believe that. This forest is strange, you know. It seems to fill me with energy. What is it with these Psychics being all creepy all of a sudden? And again, battling Psychics with a Heracross might not seem smart, but their one Psychic Pokemon is also a part Fighting type, so I can take that out pretty easily with Aerial Ace. Well, I hope I can take that out pretty easily with Aerial Ace, otherwise... Yeah, there we go. And the other one doesn't even have a Psychic type, it has a Psyduck, which is a pure Water type. Oh, wow, I think Heracross is the strongest member of my team now. That's actually kind of funny. And now we want to learn the move Brick Break. That's fantastic. I don't think Endure is ever going to be particularly useful. On the other hand, Fury Attack, we've already got Horn Attack. Let's actually just get rid of Fury Attack. Maybe that's not the brightest move, but, you know, if Badoo happens to poison the opponent and, you know, Heracross is my only Pokemon left and it's going to get knocked out and I can use it. It's convoluted, but whatever. Anyway, let's actually use our brand new Brick Break. That is a great move. If your opponent happens to get up a Reflect or a Light Screen, that just smashes right through it. Oh no, my Meditite! Your victory. There is nothing strange about it. No, absolutely not. Heracross is just absolutely broken for this part of the game. But let's actually switch over to Prinplup. Oh, and I should actually give you another Oran Berry. Actually, you know what? I don't need to give Oran Berries out here because Cheryl is constantly healing me. Alright, you go up here. And you go back here. Oh boy. And you get a green shard. And you can keep going this way, and there are these funny looking cut trees over here. Now, the exit to Eterna Forest is right there. But, like I said, I want to do some off-screen training. It's actually not going to be a lot, because, like I said, I'm only going to be training my Pokemon up to level 20. So that's 2 more levels for my Prinplup, that's 1 more level for my Heracross. Dr. Doof is not getting leveled up off-screen, as funny as that would be. 2 more levels for my Badoo. If my Badoo just so happens to want to evolve, because it reached peak happiness, I will press B and you will all get to see my Badoo evolve on screen. I will not be that cruel. Anyway, we've actually accomplished quite a bit for this episode. We've captured ourselves a new teammate, we explored all of Route 5, and navigated our way through Eterna Forest, which, according to those little goals that you're seeing in the corner of my screen over there, we've done everything that I've set out to do this time. So, I will see you all next time. And, of course, I'm saving a lot of data because I caught another Pokemon and messed around with things in my PC boxes. Fantastic.